A new live stream coming up. Hi and welcome everyone. I am Friar Tuck and this is my epoch. Sorry about the continuous repeat of the live stream. What's been going on is I'm having some technical difficulties because I have switched from having it. Is it showing it live now?
Yeah, it's not freeze frame.
Okay, so
But
it's
it stopped.
yeah. Let me see your phone for a second. So live. So live. All this. Huh. It's not showing. Okay, it looks like I have one person here. If you're here, say hi in chat, will you? Hold on, let me make sure the chat widget is on. The chat widget is on. Please say hi in chat if you can. So, let's see. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so it should be. Okay. It's not showing up, but I guess it's showing that I got one person watching. So if you're watching in chat, how do you refresh this, man? Okay. So subscriptions. Okay. Sorry guys, we are okay, so it is showing that I am live. Okay, 9:15. Okay, I see it. It's there. All right, and all right. All right. Sorry about this, guys. Now I've got that going. All right, cool. I had to do a sound check, and I apologize for those of you that are watching this late. I do apologize for that. But all right, so what's been going on? Let me give you a little bit of an update now that I got the technical issue. So I got rid of my laptop a couple of days ago. There's a couple of reasons why I got rid of my laptop. I got rid of it because seeing the rain the other day, it just kind of made me a little weary because I know that this pack that I have is not good enough to be able to sustain the rain. I mean, just from the little bit of a drizzle, some of my stuff got wet, and that wasn't okay. So, if you would turn the mic down so I don't get feedback. But anyways, I got to that point where I had to make a choice. And so what I did is I chose to get me a sleeping bag. I got me a 0-degree sleeping bag. I'm going to be making a short of it here pretty soon. I've got to sit down and I've got to do some editing. But I was doing, having my laptop was convenient, but I had to put it inside just because if I kept it in my pack, as the way that it was moving around, because there wasn't enough stuff in there and things like that to actually secure it in there, and I didn't have a pouch to be able to put it in, like a bladder pouch. I had no choice but to put it in pond for the winter. Now I mean I gotta pay $20 a month to be able to keep it in there, but that's cheap storage considering, not only that, I was able to get money for it. So if anything goes sideways between now and then, at least I've got myself another setup and I've got myself going pretty good. So anyways, that's why you see me here on my phone. I tried to do it on my tablet. I tried to do it on my tablet, but it just does not want to work properly. And so that's the way that worked. All right, so we're talking about getting prepared for winter. That's what this video was supposed to be about. And for those of you that are coming in here in the next few minutes, just keep on and we'll keep going. But getting prepared for winter, we had the temperature drop like almost 20 degrees at night over like a week period of time. That was a quick drop. That was a big drop that caused a lot of issues. And with that being said, I'm trying to get prepared, and I'm trying to figure out what is it that I need that's basic, what is it that I need that I can wait a couple of weeks or wait another month for, what is it that I can save up for, and what is it that I need right now. And as much as I want to get myself a new backpack, I'm gonna try and refrain from getting myself a new backpack because I need a sleeping pad. So just so you understand how these sleeping bags work, because it's important to understand how the sleeping bags work and what they end up doing. So my rating is down to 0 degrees. But once it gets down to about 15, that's when it stops being comfortable and you better start bundling up. It will help you survive down to 0 degrees, but you better have a sleeping pad, long johns, a hat, socks on, maybe even think about having some sort of cover over you just to be able to retain as much heat as possible, because it will help you survive the 0 degree temperature, but it won't actually help you. What's the word I'm looking for? But it won't keep you warm and comfortable. Just like last year with my 20 degree sleeping bag. My 20 degree sleeping bag, what ended up happening was, once it got down to about 30, 35 degrees, I started feeling it. It stopped being comfortable, and I had to start figuring out other ways to warm up. So yes, I was wearing long johns there, and I was wearing socks, and I was wearing an extra layer. Plus, I was wearing my ski mask, and even wearing gloves inside that bag with a sleeping pad that had insulated foam on it. On top of that, I took my jacket and I put it over the top part, because this area right here is what you really need to protect, because this is what will keep you alive. Your body will go without arms and legs as long as it can protect this area, because this is what keeps you alive, this area of your body. So as long as you put like a nice jacket over the top, I was able to survive and be comfortable and stay somewhat warm through the 20 degree temperatures last winter. But the temperatures here are going to get down into the teens, and it might even get down to 0. Now, getting into the negatives, it does happen, but it happens rarely, because I've talked to some of the locals and looked at some of that stuff. And so when it comes to getting the when it comes to getting prepared for winter, I kind of had to make this thing. It's like, do I want the negative 25 degree bag just because for peace of mind and its comfort down to like minus 10, or do I want to be practical and realize like, okay, I only have so much money, I can save about $20 by going with a 0 degree bag versus a negative degree bag, and how likely is it that I will be able to deal with the cold? I mean, is it ever going to get below 0 degrees in this area? Now, it does happen rarely, but not very often. And so when something like that happens, then I got to start looking at getting inside and things like that. Okay, so that's the sleeping bag part. Now, it is September, so by October, November, I need to have me a sleeping pad. I need to have me gloves. I need to have me thermals. I need to have and I need to be able to have some sort of ski mask or something like that to put over my head, and a decent jacket. And so that's what I'm going to be working on, but a lot of that stuff won't start being given out until about October here, if I want to be able to get it from like as a free resource, because I don't have the money for it, which that's perfectly fine to do, especially when you're first starting out. But come next year, when the YouTube will probably be paying me a lot more than they are right now, come this time next year, I'm hoping that I'll be able to buy a lot of this gear, because as much as getting the free stuff is important and it will help you survive, a lot of it isn't practical, is kind of off sizes, because everybody has a different size. Either people are like super skinny, or you got some fat guys out here, and so you got to be able to find something that fits. And so you might get something that's a size too long, or a size too short, or you might get something that just doesn't fit, and your pot belly sticks out of it because it's tight and it was meant for somebody skinny. And so yes, you have stuff that will help you survive, but at the same time, is it practical? Just like this bag, it's nice to have a 65 liter hiking backpack, yes, but will this hiking backpack allow me the opportunity to be able to keep my stuff dry, because if my stuff gets wet, then that means, like, if it's fleece, then that means it loses its warming capabilities. If it is if it's just, like papers and electronics and stuff like that, it gets damp, it fries the electronics. Or even worse, my clothes, then all of a sudden those get wet, those start getting moldy, those start smelling really sour, because the outside of my bag got a little bit wet. Now, I could go and weatherproof it, yes. And that is a possibility. But then you also got to look at the practicality of a bag. When you are living with your house on your back, when you are living outside and you have to be able to do this in one form or fashion, having different pockets and to be able to compartmentalize your stuff, because the things that you're going to want, and some of it may not even be for you, it might be just for the people that you come across that need some stuff. Like somebody needed some alcohol wipes the other day. Because I had alcohol wipes, I was able to offer it to them. Having medical supplies is important, so having a first aid kit out here is extremely important. And a lot of times it's not for you, it's for the other people that you come in contact with, because they don't think about carrying that stuff, and it's just a way to be able to network within the community, because then you get known as that guy, and then you don't get preferential treatment, but people will say hi to you when you're walking by because they know that you'll help them out and that you got medical supplies and yada yada yada. Okay, so being able to have compartments to be able to put that, and to be able to put my different types of electronics in different places, because I got a tablet, I've got a cell phone, I've got charging cords, I've got a battery pack, I've got all that stuff to be able to make sure that I've got a charge. But what ends up happening is that what ends up happening, if that gets wet, that all gets ruined. So it's important that not only that I have something that will keep it dry, that's not cloth. I mean, cloth is nice, it's great, but that works when you're in a dry climate, and I'm not in a dry climate. And so having the compartments makes it so that you can put things there. That way, when you want to go grab something, you just go grab it. You don't have to worry about all the other things that go along with it, such as I don't know. Sorry guys, my brain isn't working too well. I finally got a good night's sleep last night after freezing my ass off for a couple of nights. But again, having the compartments is important. Let's see what else. And then having a sleeping pad is important for a couple of reasons. One, sleeping on that hard ground is one thing, but the hard ground actually transfers temperature from the ground through your sleeping bag into you. So having that sleeping pad, especially with a foam sleeping pad that will allow you the opportunity to kind of add 10 degrees to what's under you, to kind of help push the heat around that sleeping bag, because it does help heat up the whole sleeping bag. Because when that ground starts getting cold and all that stuff starts transferring, now you're going to be colder quicker. And this is why, in order to be able to survive down to the lower temperatures, you need to have something like this. Now, you could do it a couple of ways when it comes to preparing for winter. You can kind of have your winter sleeping pad, which is a self-inflating foam sleeping pad. Gear Doctor has one. I think it's down in the description. If it's not, I will make sure to put it there after this live stream. Secondly, let's see. You're gonna want some sort of pillow, because like most of your stuff that you're carrying in your bag happens to be your sleeping gear. And so your bag goes from being nice and full to where you could use it as a chair. Now that I don't have my laptop in there, now I can, with it being filled up, I can just sit right there on the sleeping bag and use that as a chair. But also, you're not going to have a lot of room there, so you might want to think about getting yourself a pillow. I think one of those self-inflating pillows, that way it stays small, stays compact, stays in your bag. But to just be able to get through a late fall, early winter night, these are some of the basic things that you need. One of the other things that I'm going to be working on is also getting a bivy bag. Okay, so getting a bivy bag is important, because you can't have tents here in the city. And a bivy bag isn't necessarily a tent. It's just like think of it like an external core over your sleeping bag so that you can stay warm on those super cold nights. So having a bivy bag might get me down to like -5, -10, even though I got a 0-degree sleeping bag, because it allows like 10 degrees. It adds 10 more degrees. So 10 degrees from your sleeping pad, 10 degrees from your bivy bag, and you might even get a couple of degrees from your pillow. All of that adds up to about 20 degrees, which will keep you comfortable around like 5 to 0 degrees temperature. Okay, and this is what you really want to work on, because getting sleep, you want to be able to be comfortable, because one of the most important things out here is getting good sleep. If you don't get good sleep, you start to psychologically fall apart and all those things. So, okay, do you play? Oh, okay, so. I've got I got Discord for my gaming channel, and if any of you are MMO gamers and you like to play war games, there's a great game that I do tutorial for. The channel is called Gaming with Jason. It's called Conflict of Nations, World War III. You can play it on your phone, you can play it on your tablet, you can play it on your desktop. It's a web browser game, so it's really easy to play. It's fun, and that's the other channel that I do there. But yeah, I'm seeing stuff from my Discord there. Maybe I might think about setting up a Discord. Tell me if you in the comments, do you think I should set up a Discord, or do you think that I should just keep it on here and keep the chats in here? Now, another thing is I want to start asking you guys something as well, because it seems like I'm not getting as many people in the live streams like I was a few weeks ago, and I'm just curious what it is that brings you to the live stream, and two, is there a better time that I could be doing this, or a better day that I could be doing this, that would benefit everybody, so that we could get like 20 or 30 people in here to sit back and communicate, because this is an opportunity for you guys to ask questions like, how do I live? What would I recommend here? What are some suggestions here? What do I think about this? This is that time, that opportunity that you have to be able to leave comments and to be able to interact with me on a live form. Otherwise, all you get to see is my live format videos. And when I don't have a lot of people in here, I kind of talk about my topic a little bit, and then if I don't see anybody in by the time I start closing up on my topic, I generally close my live stream out early, but I usually like to get it to run at least 20 to 30 minutes, preferably no longer than 1 hour. But anyways, I would love to invite you guys here. It is Saturdays at 10:30, unless you guys can suggest a better time and a better day that would work better for you guys, so that you can come in and you can watch it. Okay, now that I'm outside and I am close to internet, I also have the ability to do more late night streams. So if you want me to do something around 5 or 7 o'clock, I can do something like that. And I might start doing that, because I noticed that once I started changing my video drop times from 6 a.m. to 11:30, not only are my views picking up, but the YouTube algorithm is picking it up, because it would go like 3 or 4 hours with just a few views for the people that get up early in the morning, but the majority of people that go to watch the video, they don't watch it until like late morning, early afternoon. And so I found that by dropping that, so maybe I need to move to more of a later time in doing this live stream moving forward. But guys, I am doing some crowdfunding. If you guys would like to help out, it would be much appreciated. I mean, I've got ways of making money and bringing money in. However, say hi in chat. It looks like I got another person in here. If you have any questions, ask your questions, to keep up. But in order to get some of this gear, like the what is it called? Like getting a sleeping pad, that's going to cost me $45. I need to raise $45. I need to raise another $20 for an inflatable pillow. I could probably find one for cheaper than that. And then also a bivy bag. I know I'm going to be spending somewhere around $100 for a decent one there. And then, as far as if I can raise enough money through other means, because look, I make money doing the street vibes. I make money doing other things around here. I've had some interesting experiences over the last few nights, and I'm not going to share here just for privacy, because some of those people may become subscribers here. But just I have these different ways of generating revenue, and this is just one of those places where I would like to be able to generate revenue here, so that it will help me get myself prepared for winter, because it's going to cost me I need to raise about $300 between all the different mediums in order to be able to live comfortably for the winter, to have the right gear. So if you were to ask me, okay, I'm going outside, how much money will I spend on gear? If you want to go out and live comfortably, you can do it on a shoestring budget of about $500. If you really, really are desperate and you just need to go out with what you can go out with, or you're in a warmer climate, you can do it for about $200. But the most important things that you're going to need is a good sleeping bag and a good backpack. That's where you're going to spend most of your money. Everything else you can go and buy bargain basement, buy a budget, but your bag, you need it to be able to not only hold the weight, but you also need it to be able to be durable and last, be long lasting. Okay, and if it's going to break down every few months because you went and you bought something cheap versus buying something of quality, well, then that's going to cost you more money than if you would have bought something with quality. Now, the next bag that I want to get, so I'm going to get myself a Teton bag. And that is all good. That's quality. It's going to be a quality bag, but probably sometime next year or within the next couple of years, when I go to replace that bag, I'm going to be looking to get myself an Osprey, because that is the best quality bag that you can get, and it's really meant to be durable out there in the elements. It's not just there for show or for weekend camping. It's meant to be on trail and to take a beating. And so, like, I will always go for an Osprey, but I haven't gone for an Osprey yet. So, hey, if you guys have any questions, say something in chat. Okay, yeah, chat is up here. So if you guys have any questions, say something in chat. I see I got a few of you in here. You guys can kind of ask what's going on, ask, how do I do things, stuff like that. But that is kind of where what I'm trying to raise money for. So in the description or in a lot of my videos, there's always a PayPal and a CashApp link if you guys want to help with the crowdfunding. Now, if you end up buying a super chat and stuff like that, that goes towards the pool of money that YouTube makes me. So YouTube, before they pay me out, I have to make $100. So when you do super chats, or you leave a thanks, or you buy a membership, or the ad revenue, all that goes into a pool of money to go until it gets to $100, and then I get a payout. And also YouTube takes about 30% of that, versus PayPal, they don't take that much, they take a couple of dollars. So depending upon how you would like to contribute, you can, if you would like to help me with my crowdfunding. Like I said, I need to raise about $300 so that I can get a sleeping pad, a backpack, a pillow, and a bivy bag. And those are some of the things that I really need to focus on. Okay, if you want to help out the channel in other ways, because you're like, I don't want to put any money out, that's fine. That's pretty normal. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification, so every time I go live, every time I drop a video, you'll get a notification. That helps me out. So the way I've worked it out is pretty much for every time somebody watches one of my videos, I make 3 cents. So I need to be able to generate somewhere around 300 to 500 views per video. And a lot of that starts with you guys helping me out. So when you watch the video and you watch it all the way through, well, that is watch time. Not only that, hitting that like button kind of lets YouTube know that you can that you like it, that you think it's a worthwhile video. Leaving a comment lets YouTube know that this was a good enough video for you to leave a comment, because most people don't leave comments. And between the fact that you're watching it, you're clicking the like button, you're leaving a comment, what that does is that tells YouTube that people like my content, so therefore it pushes it out to other people, so that I can actually be able to see or have more viewers, help grow the channel in that way. So if you guys think that this content is worthwhile, please leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Answer some of the questions that I have that I asked throughout the video, and then from there. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this live stream early since nobody has any questions. This is generally this one day a week I have it open so that you guys can do questions. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell notification, and I look forward to reading your comments. And I will see you next week at 10:30 next Saturday, and we will do another live stream. See you guys then.